Don't want Bob to see this next part.
Come on, Bob. Good boy. Wow. Okay, brilliant. Adrian, excited?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Voila. Adrian, here are 9 very different cuts of pork. We have thick-cut applewood smoked bacon, center-cut pork loin. We have double-cut pork chops, baby back ribs, St. Louis-style ribs, pork butt, pork belly, cheeks, ground pork, and you have one incredible advantage.
You will dictate who cooks with what part of the pig.
That's freaking awesome.
So if I was in your shoes, I would be nominating the most difficult cuts to get rid of your competition. Which of all these cuts do you think is the most difficult to perfect?
I'd say the pork belly or the pork cheeks.
You're absolutely right. So here are the name tags. Think very carefully.
My advantage is pick my cut and then piss everyone else off.
Okay, the first cut. Where are you going? Chop. Wow.
For myself, I'm picking the double cut bone-in pork chop.
Who's next?
I gotta look at my biggest competitors and I gotta give them something that's gonna make it hard. I am hoping that I'm throwing all of my competitors off their game.
So last but not least,
Christian, tough guy.
Wow.
So I'm gonna give him the cheeks.
So basically, you just screwed Christian.
to the wall.
I don't think anyone's gonna like me after this.
Right, it's time for another elimination test. For one of you, it's the end of the road. Are you ready to find out who Adrian met in the pantry and the ingredients that could be your undoing?
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Now, the pig's an amazing ingredient to work with. Every part is edible. Adrian has hand-picked 8 different cuts for each of you.
Wow.
Shut up.
You'll find your individual cuts of meat waiting for you in the pantry when you get back to shop.
You've all got 60 minutes to present us with a stunning pork dish that will literally make us squeal with delight. And your time starts now. Off you go.
Oh.
I see my name sticking on a pork loin, and I was like, yes, I'm getting the cut that I wish for.
Oh, he hates me.
I got pork belly. Holy
Adrian thinks I'm one of his greatest competitions, and that's why he gave me one of the hardest things to cook.
First thing I see is pork butt.
Pork butt? What am I gonna do with pork butt?
What do I do with that?
Cook it.
Adrian picks pork cheeks for me. Probably thinks it's gonna make me fail.
What a
Wow.
Today's an elimination test. Susie, Christian, myself, or Christina will probably have the greatest chances of going home based on the cuts of meat we have.
I'm not happy that I have to cook pork belly in 1 hour. Not at all. I have ground pork. Adrian and I are gonna have a little conversation later.
Adrian's right now, but it's gonna take more than a pork cheek to get me out of here.
Feeling loved and hated at the same time.
The whole challenge is very Machiavellian in a way, you know, because he's not only really trying to exalt his own talents, he's trying to isolate some of his enemies.
Who do you think, based on what Adrian's dictated, the cut they're going to be using, is going to be in the bottom 3?
Pork cheek, pork butt, St. Louis ribs.
Ribs, yeah. To get them sliding off the bone, they really have to be cooked for minimum 2.5 hours.
Right. The 1 hour time limitation certainly is the trickiest part of this thing.
Yeah. What's the easiest cut?
I think the loin.
The loin.
Yeah. I got the pork butt and I realized it's a really tough cut of meat. The only thing that I can do with it in an hour is make chili, and I love chili.
The bone-in double-cut pork chop is not as easy as everyone says. You gotta cook it right. You can either serve it rare, which will get me sent home, or I can serve it way overcooked, which will get me sent home.
I am going to do my best with the short ribs. My plan is to do a dry rub with a bunch of spices and do a little barbecue.
Derek, there were 2 ribs. You got the few ribs. What do you make of that? Do you think you're gonna be able to cook it in time?
I hope so.
Is it barbecued ribs?
It's gonna be braised.
In an hour?
But listen, so what do I do? Do I play it safe? And do I say, oh, I could have done this, I could have... At least I
here's
know.
the thing.
At least if I go home today, I know I
Now, what
and
about
I
this
know I
stuff?
put my heart on the line.
Hope it works out for you.
45 minutes left. Right, Jennifer, ground pork.
Yes.
What's going on?
Pork and sauerkraut.
Pork and sauerkraut.
I'm gonna fry them off, but I'm gonna flavor them with a lot of mustards.
That's bold. This competition's getting rife. I mean, it
Absolutely.
really is getting tough. Which cut's going home tonight?
The cheeks, sir.
All right, Christian, word is you're going down. Tell us the dish. What are you making?
Some raised cheeks. Put that over a little white bean puree with the apple fennel slaw.
30 minutes left. Cooking pork cheek is difficult. It needs help. It needs a spice.
Well, here's the thing with pork cheeks. If you have to put a knife and fork to it...
Game over. Right, Susie, what are you doing with the pork belly?
So I'm making spätzle using the pork fat, and then I'm doing a braised cabbage, and I'm gonna have pork in there as well.
Why a German theme?
German food really celebrates pork.
When was the last time you were in Germany?
I was never in Germany, Chef. I've never been.
Alejandra,
I have a pork loin that I'm gonna sear and serve with a sweet wine and apricot sauce.
do you think he was giving you an easy cut because he's not that afraid of you, or...?
I'm not sure why he gave it to me. I'm really glad he did. That's the cut that I wish for.
So take that apparently easy pork loin and impress us with
Will
it.
do.
Last 5 minutes. Please taste everything.
Now it's time to open my pressure cooker. Open it, smells incredible. I take a big spoonful of it, put it in my mouth, and the beans are crunchy. Uh-oh. My only option is to pull the beans out of the chili one by one.
Taste everything. No excuse at this stage in the game.
There's just no possible way that I can pick all these beans out in time.
Come on, finishing touches.
I'm totally screwed.
1 minute to go. 1 minute to go.
The final 9 home cooks are facing another elimination challenge, after which at least one more will leave the Masterchef kitchen.
I am screwed. The beans are crunchy. My only option is to pull the beans out of the chili one by one.
30 seconds to go.
So here I go, frantically, surgically removing these beans from my chili, and I glance up and all 3 judges are watching me.
What's Ben doing?
And that does not make it any easier to make sure every single bean is out of this bowl of chili.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Well done. Everybody happy with your dish?
I look down, and there's still like 7 beans floating around in my chili, and I'm thinking, oh God, please let those be the tender ones.
I definitely know that I don't have the top dish, but I'm really hoping Christine's dish is worse than mine, because I definitely think she's just been getting by at this point.
At the end of this, one of you will be leaving MasterChef. From the very back, Derek, bring me some pork magic. Let's go. Talk to me.
I have braised St. Louis style ribs served over a sauteed bed of wintergreens and a roasted tomato tartare.
Cooking under pressure within 60 minutes. You nailed it. Delicious. It's tender, succulent, it's got a great sear on there, but it's sort of, it melts in your mouth. Really good job.
Thank you.
Amazing.
It's still got its natural flavor, its natural juices, so it's not dry.
In this case, I think that what you thought was your nemesis turned out to be your greatest friend. Amazing.
Thank you.
Well
Thank
done.
you. Seeing that meat just fall apart like that, that's definitely a success. It was cool to get that recognition.
Christine, please come forward.
Christine did a very simple dish. I'm thinking she's probably going to be eliminated.
All right, So baby back ribs.
I did a dry rub with the ribs, chili powder, smoked paprika, cayenne. I have potatoes, and then I have Brussels sprouts with leeks.
It's wonderful. It works perfectly with the meat. The flavor, there's some spice, there's a little bit of heat, the integrity to the vegetables. Great job.
Thank you.
What you've just put together on that plate has just put pork back on the map. Consider yourself a front runner, because it's absolutely delicious.
Thank you, Chef.
I want to see Christine cook pork belly. And then I'll give her mad props.
Okay, Susie, let's go.
Her dish looks like a baby.
What is that?
It's just a glazed pork belly, braised cabbage, and spetzel, as well as a gravy.
Mmm. Mmm.
What?
What's the spice in there?
I had cloves in there. Okay.
One word for that. Quite possibly the worst sauce I've ever tasted in my entire life. It's bits of chewed up dog, bits of crap stuck together with, you know, soft bits of spatula at the bottom. And there's revolting in terms of the raw spice and the sort of horrible, bitter taste. Be careful.
This show is called Masterchef, not Delusional Chef. What do you know about German sauces and German cuisine? This is a freaking disaster. I will not even be able to taste the dishes that I taste after this because of you. It is awful. And if it doesn't send you home, it probably should. Go back to sleep. Ugh. Ugh. Horrible.
If Adrian's plan was to knock me out of the competition, congratulations, you just did it.
Okay, Jennifer, let's go. Right. Yeah, what is that?
It's a Pennsylvania Dutch play. It's pork and sauerkraut.
What the hell were you thinking?
It's what I grew up with, so...
So if it's that what you grew up with, then this should be mind-blowing. You don't look like you've achieved much.
All together, it's all meant to go together.
Disgusting. Because that is a joke. Not impressed. And I think one of your weakest performances in this competition. You know that at least one of you is leaving MasterChef tonight.
Understood.
I just look at that and it looks like a pig on my bowl. Now I'm going to stop there. Sorry, that's a joke.
This is a great example of what garbage is. If you're gonna serve us crap like that, then you're really wasting our time. And you guys think about what we're here to do at this point in the competition. Jennifer, that is really disappointing. You were on a great trajectory, and I don't know where that leaves you, quite frankly. This is a great example of what garbage is. If you're gonna serve us crap like that, then you're really wasting our time. And you guys think about what we're here to do at this point in the competition. Jennifer, that is really disappointing, and I don't know where that leaves you, quite frankly. Okay, Ben Starr.
I walk up to the judges, I've just seen them ream Susie and ream Jennifer, and I'm like, I've got to confess, I've got to tell them before they even take a bite what went wrong and why. Okay, sir, this is a roasted pork butt, green chili, and red onion cornbread. Before you taste,
Tell me.
instead of waiting patiently to add my apple cider vinegar at the end of the cooking process like I always do,